Let's join Derek Walleen of the fabulous Roberta's family, the Walleen family, and he's going to present several things to us in this show, including the Pam Penick Crinum live bulbs. These we started with 3,000 units of at the beginning of the season, 3,000 collections. You're getting a three-piece collection, and we have fewer than 600 to go around. So remember, all of our live plants offer free shipping. And if you were to look in those fancy plant catalogs that some of you get in the mail and look up some bulbs and plants like this, you would see that even the minimum shipping on a lot of those plants is over $7. So remember, it's a very nice value to shop for your plants at QVC, and you'll pick up items like this one that your neighbors will not have. So let's bring Derek in to tell us all about them. Hello, my friend.
Hey, been
Hi
so
there.
long since I've seen you,
I
Carolyn.
know. Gosh,
This is
these.
the first time I've seen your face this whole year.
Well, I have not done a garden show on QVC2 all year. What? I don't know
Wow.
what's up with that, but I'm glad we're
Yeah,
together today. So I have to
totally.
tell you, Derek, I have never presented these with you or anyone in your family before.
That's correct. This is a very rare, but honestly, one of the best things you can put in the garden. I mean, when we think of what to plant, we're going to tend to think of typical stuff like pansies or lilies. The crinum is special. This has an exotic, almost otherworldly look to it, but it's so easy to take care of. This is one of those plants that you just can't kill. It likes full sun, can handle as much water as you throw at it without drowning. And it's going to produce these tall, long stems, which are just like rebar. They're super strong. And then these beautiful, strappy, pink cotton candy flowers. And what I love about these is you can see how delicate they look, but they're actually very strong and they stand up to all of the intense summer heat. These are interesting to look at. People have never seen these. I personally love putting these in pots, in containers, because they have such an architectural look to them
Hmm.
that when I'm going to put this in a container and I'm going to place that in front of my doorway, maybe on both sides, there is such an elegance to the crinum. And these will be long lived perennials for you. You know, if you live where it gets really cold, you want to bring that pot into the garage for the winter time. But other portions of the country, you can just leave them out year round.
So I'm actually, you have stumped me with this, Derek. This is a first because I pride myself on my gardening knowledge.
Mm,
But I'm actually looking at your growing guide, which everyone will
yes.
get in their box. Do not throw this away because it's going to tell you all about them. These I'm reading, they like full sun. They are a
Hmm.
perennial. They'll come back every year. They're going to get 2 to 3 feet tall, and they'll
That's
get
right.
about 1.5 to 2 feet wide. So read this info
Correct.
because that will tell you how far apart to plant them. And Derek, what would you suggest
Hmm.
planting around these? Would I plant these with my lilies? Where would I put them in a group?
Well, so okay, first of all, we see the images here, and this is going to help you understand what to plant them with because you can see that foliage. It's strappy,
Yeah.
it's dark. The flowers are big.
Hmm.
Because they're about 2 to 3 feet tall, you could put this in front of lilies, like
Okay.
oriental lilies, that are going to get really tall. This is more of a middle of the row
Okay.
flower here. If you're not going to be putting these in containers, if
Okay.
you're going to put them in containers, you can mix these with things like violas. But they're going to take up a lot of the space wherever you put them. You can see here because they do have a lot of beautiful, dark, handsome foliage. I would place these about 1.5 feet apart from each other just to give them the space that they need. But some things that look really great are contrasting colors,
Hmm.
like a really bright green geranium foliage.
Hmm.
You just want to accentuate these leaves to really pop out. And you can find a lot of those plants to plant with on .com. We have so much that we can't present today
Yeah.
that would go great with the crinum. And I want to show you here in this other camera
Okay.
what exactly you're getting home. This is actually a fresh live bulb.
Wow.
And
Okay.
this bulb here, you're getting 3 of these.
Hmm.
Now, these have not been treated with any growth inhibitor. They're dug up fresh and from our fields and then sent directly to your house. You're going to want to plant this just up to the tip here.
Okay.
So you're going to leave this tip exposed and the rest of it in the soil. And you're going to have flowers this year and every year after. They're a pretty fast grower. This is something people don't know of. It also makes a great cut flower in a vase that lasts a
Yeah,
very long time. So that's why we have
beautiful.
a vase here. It's pretty cool. You have that beautiful, soft pink flower and then that dark leaf,
Hmm.
which is kind of like a robust burgundy with some red in there and very
I
unique
I
colors.
love the color of these leaves. They're outstanding, and I love the contrast they provide in your garden, especially with those light, beautiful pink flowers. This looks like a flower that would be in a really exotic flower arrangement that would cost a ton of money from a florist if they could even find it. I mean, it's
Completely.
really looks rare, and I love the texture of it, like the long, thin tendrils, and how it looks different than a lot of the other flowers in my garden. And I would totally plant these with like the lilies, or like the what are the lilies of the Nile called? The round purpley ones in a ball. Sorry, what's the real name for those?
Oh, allium?
Yes, yes. I would put them
Yes, allium
with
would go
those.
great.
Uh,
That's a great idea.
they are really, really beautiful. And again, they don't get super tall or super wide, so they'll fit in a smaller garden, or as you said, they're great in a container. Now, Derek, we have just a couple seconds. Let me ask you one last
Yeah.
question. What size container would be good, and how many should I put in each one?
Well, one will easily fill out, a 12-inch container. If you have one of these large ceramic containers that's, I don't know, many gallons, you could put all three and just make one big showpiece.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. It looks like you went to the Ritz-Carlton and
Yeah.
and somebody, their garden designer, kind of decorated your
I love it.
space.
I love it. Okay, so tell us about your warranty as we conclude this, and we'll see you again in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you. So this is our Gotta Grow guarantee. When